Hey, my name is Vincent Valentine. I'm here in downtown Toronto. I'm asking some people on the street what they think about different passages I read to them from the Quran. Unknown to them, though, it's actually the Bible. A few days ago, there was a video recorded in Europe that basically it did the exact same thing. So I just wanted to do the same video, but in North America, to see what our perspective would be on this, and if we still think that some of these old biblical texts have any place in Western society today. Punish you for your sins 7 times over. You will eat the flesh of your sons and the flesh of your daughters. If 2 men are fighting, and the wife of one of them comes to rescue her husband from his assailant, you shall cut off her hand. Look, here is my virgin daughter. I'll bring them out to you now, and you can use them and do to them whatever you wish. But as for this man, do no such outrageous thing. A woman should learn in quietness and full submission. I do not permit a woman to teach or to assume authority over a man. She must be quiet. If someone has a stubborn and rebellious son who does not obey his father and mother, then all the men of his town are to stone him to death. What are your initial thoughts after hearing those?
Well, obviously they sound very aggressive.
Obviously, they're very graphic.
My initial thoughts, honestly, I feel a little bit numb, I guess.
Like, those are pretty harsh. There's no denying that.
Woman saying you can have my daughter versus the husband.
You can't have the man.
Mode of thinking of women that, they are essentially objects.
Obviously, you should take issue with things that are so hostile and so violent.
Stoning human beings is not how we want to live in our society, but it does remind me of the Old Testament.
A lot of the Bible passages are similar. I don't know about the cutting off at the hands of the woman's hands who's trying to help, but I know that there's similar passages.
Yeah, it sounds familiar to the Bible.
Well, to be honest, I do hear things in the Bible that sound a little bit scary sometimes too.
Even in the Bible, Jesus outlines how to buy and sell slaves.
Sure, the same could be said about elements of the Bible, in context or without, and it probably seemed pretty harsh.
That's true, yeah. I think it's a little bit more different, like in terms of the cutting hands thing. They don't talk about that at the sermons that much,
Like, the Bible kind of tries to put us on equal levels and have our own certain roles.
I think that they're kind of similar. I mean, in the Bible, it's less vulgar.
Do you feel like there's still a place in Western society for these old texts? Do you think that maybe we should move on from them?
That's a deep question. There's something to learn from, but we shouldn't be using them like law or even guidelines, like cutting people's hands off or dragging my son down. I can't even use that as a guideline.
Especially these days, all it does is pretty much divide people unnecessarily. And I have nothing against people believing what they want in their own homes.
I think that everybody's entitled to their own opinions.
Religion definitely has a place in society. No one has the authority to say that a religion's time has passed and we should all adapt to a more scientific way of thinking. Even myself, I'm an agnostic. I believe people should practice what they believe.
There can be a place for religious texts, but I don't think that people should take things so literally.
It would be nice to kind of adapt these kind of more ancient ideas. Things have changed radically in terms of history and culture and things like that.
I do have a little surprise for you. All these heartwarming passages that I read to you today, they're actually in the Bible. Are actually the Bible. People, yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I didn't know that it was from the Bible, but I know there's similar things. The Bible's not far from the good book.
They're actually from the Bible.
Wow, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Not surprised at all, actually.
No. That there are good and bad parts of all things, as religion especially.
But at the same time, this is painted differently. Let's just ignore these passages and follow the good one.
The media's, that's their business, to scare the pants off people. Yeah. Fear sells, right?
Media is a big proponent of religious intolerance in today, and obviously it's a problem.
See it on all the major news stations. It's quite horrific, actually, that they're vilifying an entire religion.
And then when you look at the media, you're saying, okay, so here in Canada, like a Muslim doing a shooting and he's labeled as a terrorist, right? But if a white man does a shooting, then he's a troubled teenager with mental issues.
Being critical of a certain piece of material doesn't mean you need to be so critical of a group of people. And this just goes to show how absurd it is.
Thanks for watching. If you guys liked the video, make sure to like it and even share this video on Facebook so more people can see it. And if you really like the video and you want to see more, subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be uploading a lot more videos like this, a lot more street interview videos. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.